Good morning, everybody. 9 o'clock. We're all set. Uh, we'll just give it a little time and wait for the open. Not much happening right now, so we'll just give it a little space. Oh no. No, 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 it didn't do that. Yeah, let me go back and change that because, oh no, that's the same, that's the same, that's the same, that's the same, that's the same. Why? Why? All right. Well, let's just do this. I hate doing it this way, but okay. Hmm. I really, really, really don't like doing it this way, but that's okay. That's the way it's got to be. That's the way it's got to be. Right? Audio input, existing, and then uh, video capture. And now, okay. All right, everybody. Uh, we're just gonna have to do it that way for now until I make sure. Uh, that one. Okay, that's the one I want to delete. Yes. All right, just a quick risk disclosure. Everybody knows these, but there it is. Our butt is covered. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break just before the open, so I will be right back. All right. Good morning, everybody. Oh, I had to go fix my breakfast. Oh, where are we at? All right. So NQ and ES are in a narrow state. YM is in a pretty narrow state. So we'll be watching those off the open. And you guys in here. Camera. You guys don't have to turn on your cameras, but uh, I am video. It may not. Yeah, it may not start my camera in here because I'm using it in OBS and YouTube. I'm sure I could. There's a way to turn it on in both, but if it doesn't work, then I'm not worried about it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna work. Just turn it off. All right. 12 more minutes to the open. Not much going to be happening for that amount of time. I can finish my protein shake and take my breakfast pills. Oh, just for everybody, my breakfast is basically a protein shake, my balance of nature, uh, pills for fruits and vegetables, and then I have beef organs and beef bone and beef marrow uh, pills because I hate to eat liver and kidneys and pancreas and all of that as actual cooked food. So I take all of my beef organs as freeze dried supplements. God forbid I ever get I have to start taking a lot of medications in older age because that is already 12 pills that I had to take every morning just for whole food supplements. So, all right, let's get these bots ready to be turned on. So I have my ETF accounts set for NQ and ES. I have my TradeFi account set for YM. No, make sure my sizes are correct here. No. Okay, so we want take 8 there because we're on MYM instead of regular YMs, and 2 there. Okay. Oh. Okay. MES 7 and 3. That gives us one full mini there. Okay. That'll work. And then on NQ, we have 5 micros there. So, all right, 10 micros on ES, 5 micros on NQ. Okay. All right. So everything's set up correctly this morning. All of our charts are working, and we are ready to go. 7 minutes to the open. Double check my indicators real quick. Riptide goes. Okay, that looks good. Should be the same on all of them. Yeah, okay. Okay. My trading view chart real quick before the open and see where we're at. Some higher time frames. Just been consolidating all night on NQ. Yes. That pretty much on. Okay. So we've reached yesterday's high. Rejected a bit, but we are staying above VWAP in the 15-minute. Okay. Got some targets above us as far as pivot points. All right. 4 minutes to the open. I believe Powell is speaking today. PMI numbers coming out at 9:45, and then Powell does speak at 12:35. So we want to be done with our trading uh, by then, because every time he opens his mouth, he just screws shit up. So President Trump is going to be speaking at 9:50. Um, so let's be real careful around 10 o'clock. So from 9:45, I mean, it could be a volatile morning session for sure. You might want to size down a little bit on your trades, uh, give it a little bit wider of a stop. I'll run my bots the way I have them set up, give everything plenty of room. Uh, so yeah, okay. Good breakfast. All right. Should have a second monitor set up here sometime this week. Waiting for an HDMI hub to come in so I can plug in a second monitor so I can stop screwing around with the screen here by pulling up my OBS every once in a while and Discord every once in a while. So there goes the open. We are getting a push up on YM. We're just going to watch that for a second. ES and Q are heading to the downside. YM is heading up. I'm going to go ahead and turn longs on YM and see if we can't catch a momentum trade off of that. That's a pretty big bar. Let's see if that continues. That is a push off from a narrow state on YM on the 5-minute chart and the 2-minute chart. We missed the actual signal, which was the bar before on the 5-minute, but let's see if this is going to print on the 2-minute. Yeah, there's the ghost signal, so it should print at the end of this bar. We just went right up to a pivot point. Pulling back. give it a second try to push up through that pivot point on the next 2-minute bar. Oh shit. That's why I didn't take it. Damn it. Gotta put these on in here. Shit. So I didn't have everything set up correctly. That's okay. ES is pushed up or back above everything. Okay, we are in the trade on this bar. All right, that'll work. Looks like NQ is going to follow ES. I'm going to, or maybe, let's see, let's wait just a minute here. Okay, I'm going to go along with ES and see if NQ can get pulled up. RTY, YM, ES are all moving to the upside, so NQ could be the lagger here. Okay, we hit our target there. That's $80 on YM. I'm going to turn these longs off here on ES. NQ just continuously is pushing to the downside, and everything else is kind of stalling where it's at. Nothing is going to really push further at the moment. So that is our first trade there. 8 and 2. I don't know why. I don't know. Oh, okay. So we hit our first target on the 8. 10 ticks. All right, that'll work. But the trailing stop didn't kick in. That's okay. So there goes YM. NQ is still falling. So we have divergence between ES and NQ. Um, Shorts on NQ. ES broke the highs, NQ did not. Let's see what we got. Let's see if it takes this trade. So I haven't seen any master signals print here, which is a little bit bothersome. Master signals should be printing. Got master signals on everything else, but it's not pulling master signals on NQ. Alright, I'm gonna turn those shorts off. Just because of the way ES is now pushing higher. NQ's got a nice big pie wick on it. I'm gonna turn longs on NQ. It may be the laggard, may come back up and get back above everything. It is the divergent asset at the moment. Everything else is moving up. Okay, so we did get a good trade on YM. I want to see. Let's see, it's not printing a master signal here, so what's going on here? Let's just go back to generator real quick and reset that. See. Okay, no, NQ just, okay. Now ES is rolled over. The NQ may have been the leader there. So I want to watch YM and RTY and see. See, ES is breaking through. 945 is Trump. Was it Trump at 945? I think so. Now, where's PMI and then Trump at 10 or something like that? We got three sets of news events, one after another here. So, I'm just going to turn shorts on ES now. If ES is going to follow NQ, it should come through all the SMAs and get below VWAP. NQ still falling. Okay, we are in a trade on ES. So everything is printing master signals except for NQ. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'm not real sure why it's doing that or not doing that. Pretty sure I've got the settings the same on everything else. Okay, there's our push on ES below view up in the 200. So I'm going to pull my stop down a little bit on that, reduce some risk. Okay, so there's a loss. Uh, what if I didn't just pull my stop down too early? Hmm. Um, okay, so that's not reading right. Okay, we aren't in any positions, but that hasn't updated. YM is still going. I'm going to leave shorts on the ES here. I think I may have just pulled my stop down too early. We'll see what NQ does. About 947. NQ's moved about 50 points to the downside. See if that's going to continue. Okay, so that was consolidation there to the 9. I want to get another, see if we get another pullback here. RTY is jamming to the upside. ES is headed back towards the high of the morning. YM looks to be setting up for a little bit of a pullback here. I would like to see those statistics get a little further up, but money flow is up there, so see how that turns out here. Turn longs off there. turn those shorts. Not yet. Let's see if NQ gets back above the SMAs and starts following ES, or if it continues to fall back down. That is a push off of the 9 EMA there. Let's see if that trend continues to the downside. Turn everything off here. Eyeing YM for a pullback here. Get those stochastics up a little bit further. Money flow has been up there for a while, since the open, pretty much. So stochastics are still in the 80s. I'd like to get up, like them to get up around the 90s before pull back. All right, yeah, I'm gonna turn shorts back on ES. We're still divergent here. It's just not able to get back up there. Okay, there's, looks like, not sure if it's a fair value gap or not, but I'll have to look at that. It's not a fair value gap. That is one hell of a previous high that it's not wanting to break. Okay. go ahead and turn shorts on YM. We're getting close to 10 o'clock. We could see a little bit of a pullback here at 10 o'clock on YM. This isn't the perfect setup um, for this, but it's close enough for me. If we fair value gap through the pivot point, then I will turn shorts off and maybe look for some more continuation to the upside. This pivot point does seem to be giving us a little bit more resistance. Okay, it looks like it might want to be going back up. I'm going to turn shorts off on the ES. Being able to concentrate on YM right now. We're down $100 on that ES trade. We're up 61 on the YM trade. So overall, let's see, in the red so far today, but that's all right. Not that much. ES and RTY are the only ones that seem to have picked a direction so far. NQ's trying to get on its way down. Yeah, my gut keeps telling me to take ES short. As NQ is so weak. Being at all-time highs, all it takes is for Powell to start talking about how bad he thinks the economy is. We could get a nice big flush to the downside. I'm not going to take this signal on NQ. Although I would like, well, let's see. The only reason I really want to turn this on and take this signal if it'll print. Now I turned it on after the signal actually printed, so it may not take the trade, but that's the first master signal I've seen. And we are pushed. This could be a pushback off of the 9 again. So I'm not totally against taking a short here. It would help me be a little bit more confident if we could really see ES get below VWAP and the 200 and all of that. You know, at the same time. Right now, this is kind of more of a test to just see if this chart will actually take the trade. NQ has been down all morning. YM is definitely showing some resistance at the pivot point. RTY, has made its move up. Uh, we could see a decent pullback on that. ES has just not been able to go much higher than it already has, so excuse me. Yeah, I'm definitely liking YM for a pullback here. Nice consolidation. It's just not so far. It's just not letting it get above this pivot point. Now it could just be consolidating here, waiting for the SMAs to catch up a little bit, but uh, we could see a pullback down to just grab a rest or some liquidity down into this fair value gap. Okay, so it didn't take that master signal, but I did turn the shorts on after the signal had printed. So I'm not sure about that. Come on, ES, just go ahead and break loose to the downside, would you? Come on. Hmm. It is 10 o'clock. YM is sitting pretty for that pullback. I'm pretty sure I had that turned on before that printed. that power bar on YM, power bar on YM to the downside here, and clear the last 6 candles to the low side, which we've done. Right, I like that. Go ahead and print a short signal there if you like to. ES finally broke down. That takes shorts off. There's a swipe of the lows right back above all the SMAs. NQ looks to be gaining a little bit of strength. YM could just be pushed off the SMA there. I'll leave shorts on YM. Still looking for a little bit of a pullback. Morning push. This has just been straight across consolidation. Oh, that's a tap of the actual pivot point. Turn shorts back on ES. Push back above the SMAs. Didn't really do much. The SMAs are starting to roll over to the downside on ES. That was a tap of the 21 on NQ. And we have a color change on NQ, so I'm going to leave that off the 21. I'm going to leave the shorts on there as well. Looking for a little continuation on NQ. Looking for a final breakdown on ES and a pullback for YM. Although NQ is starting to get set up for reversal to the top side, at least a bit more of a pullback than what it's had. So maybe not. 20. Yeah. I'll turn longs on for NQ. Still got my shorts on for YM. Yes. ES just does not want to get below the 2-minute 200 or even the 5-minute 200. We're in a pretty narrow state there, but we haven't really had any big bars come off. We'll turn shorts off there. I'm not going to do anything on ES, just turn everything off on ES. I don't like what it's doing. Could see a bit of a pullback here on NQ. YM is still sitting up there. All right, now ES is heading higher. Take out the morning's high. See if it gets all the way up there. Yeah, see, this is why I need the signals out of my way. There's the high of the morning. Might have been here somewhere. Mm. Mm. 10:13. 10. There's a break above the 21 on the 2-minute NQ. We can't get that little pullback or reversal here. Alright, well, we got into another YM trade. All right, so there's our first target. And we're now in profit on the last four contracts with the stop loss, so that'll add to the profits just a little bit, even if it pulls back on us. Looks like we're going to get a continuation signal here on the YM. All right, so we're out of that trade. $188 on YM this morning. We had the $100 loss on ES trade, which probably wasn't a good trade to take to begin with. ES just never really showed the direction. Uh, that's okay. So yeah, all in all, I mean we're not up a lot, but we are up. Uh, we are getting our drawdown back on this uh, Tradeify account, and we're just not into a whole lot of drawdown here um, on this account, so we'll just have to keep working at it. Not a bad day all in all. I do believe that was a mistake on my part, a trade that just shouldn't have been taken. Yeah, again, it just didn't show any direction at all on the 5 minute chart. Just ranging all morning. So my bad on that one. No big deal. So we are showing a profit of $131. The strategy made 188, so that was about $50 in uh, commissions, but a profit is still a profit. Um, I do prefer to trade minis on YM just because I'm used to YM, and when I take those trades, I have a better feel for whether it's going to be a winner or not. Um, you know, indicators and statistics and all of that is one thing, but uh, just when you watch an asset for so long, you get a better feel for how it moves. Um, and you want to have an edge. You want to have good good probability setups, and you want to have great, fantastic risk management. But a trader's intuition after watching an asset for a long time plays a part in this as well. So, you know, not saying that I won't trade the other assets anymore um, because I'm taking losses on them because I'm just getting back into NQ, after a very long time away from it, where I focused on just one asset. ES, I've traded even less and watched even less. So taking the trade off of ES was probably one of the uh, not smart decisions that I've made in a while. So, um, but I'm okay with that because every day is a learning experience. We did end the day up uh, in the green, and that's all that matters. The amount of money doesn't matter because our goal is to follow the process. As long as we follow the process, the money will be the byproduct of that. And there will be days where it might be a little bit of money. There might be days where it's going to be a lot of money. Today was a very slow moving day. I guess everybody's waiting for Powell to come out and speak, um, or whatever else might be happening today. I know there's a lot of Fed speakers speaking today. Um, so the market may just be waiting to see what they all say and kind of make a decision and move from there. Um, but it wasn't a very big moving morning, so uh, not as much volatility as I had expected. Uh, we do have we have GDP numbers coming out tomorrow, so that could be why we're not moving a lot today. Um, and let's see. So yeah, we have the quarter over quarter GDP numbers and unemployment coming out tomorrow. Uh, oh, sorry, Thursday. Um, Tomorrow we don't have much. Um, and then we have PCE, uh, Core Price Index, um, to see uh, what inflation is doing. So, the market may be waiting for uh, a little bit higher impact news. Um, Now, the manufacturing numbers that came out this morning were pretty much in line with what the market expected, so nothing to be too volatile about there. Um, and Powell is coming up at 12:35, but it's 10:30 in the morning. Um, I don't like what I see out of the market this morning so far. Uh, YM did us okay, made us some money. I think I will go back to trading minis on that though instead of micros, um, just to reduce the commission cost because the the stop losses are going to be the same. Uh, I just wanted to kind of, if I was trading micros on everything else, I figured why not just go ahead and trade micros on YM. But, you know, uh, $50 in commissions. Although I always say, commissions don't matter as long as you're green. And we made $130 on YM with including the commissions. So, and on a day that's really just not moving all that much, that's not bad. So, uh, but that is going to do it for me. I got to take my mother to the doctor's office today, um, and with the market not moving really the way I like to see it move, I like to see a little higher volatility uh, to trade with. We'll just wait and see if we get that volatility on another day. I appreciate everybody coming in this morning. Um, and look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow morning.